All right. Okay, standing up. You got my band? That's it. Grab your band, let's double it up. So it's nice and tight. You don't want it too flexible. Good. And just come with parallel feet. You're going to take the breath in, lift your arms up. And exhale. Pull the bar back behind you.
You forgot to mute everybody.
Oh my gosh. Thank you, Janice. How did I miss that step? There we go. Try all this again. All right. Better. Better. Good. Now I've messed everything up. There we are. Good. All right. Let's try this again. Good morning, everyone. Arms go up. Take the elbows back behind. Lift the arms up and bring it back down. So here, keeping your head in line with your spine. If you were in class yesterday in our mat work class, we did this as a warm-up, and it's nice to kind of get the shoulders going. Keep the tension on the band. So keep the band taut and up and down. Good. Keeping it taut, up and pull and reach. And one more time. Up, little tension there. Now hold it there behind you. Take the legs a little wider, tighten the tummy, and create a little more tension on the band as you pull and you press and pull. So we're shifting it into a little bit more of a strength move. Again, that tension on the band gets a little bit stronger. So you're bringing it down and pressing it up. Nice and easy in the upper traps and your neck. It's all coming from more the lat area. And up, and then just one more time, take it down, bring it up, and take your arms in front. Now, keeping again the band taut, I'm going to choke up a little bit more. Going to breathe in, arms lift, and then exhale, take it over to one side, and use this arm here to pull it over, and then use your abdominals to bring it up. And then as you go the other side, same thing, use this arm to pull you over into some lengthening and lift, and again, to pull it over and up, and one more time. Use your left arm to stretch through the right side and bring it all the way up. Good. Arm comes down, take a roll forward, and then roll back up, keeping the tension on the band. Arms come up and rotate and bring it center. Keep that tension and rotate. Good. And then roll forward again, chin nod forward. Take a breath. Draw your abdominals in to come up. Arms come up, keep that tension and rotate. And come back and rotate and come back. Good. Now take the band behind you, palms face you, and just lift your arms up and down. Same thing. You want to keep the tension on the strap. So we don't want it to go slack. You want to be pulling it taut. Lift and down. Keep the front of your body drawn in, so abdominals pulling in as you lift your arms. So we're really, truly just moving through the shoulder joint. And lift. Good. Now you're going to lift it about halfway up. Pull the band and bend your elbows and straighten your elbows and bend. Good. So you can choose. If you want to make this more challenging, you're going to pull that band a little bit tighter. If you want to make it a little easier, then you just don't pull it as tight. Simple. Good. And use the breath. Keep your elbows high. And now bend your elbows, bring it in and lower and pull and lower. Again, keep the tension. And up. Good. And down and lift. Breathe it out. 2 more times. And pull and down and pull. Good. Now unloop. Take the band behind the back like so. Bring the hands forward, wrists are straight, and reach the arms forward and back. Let's take the legs out. Let's just add a little side lunge just to kind of get the legs going here. And just reaching forward and reaching forward. So as you press your arms forward, energetically press your back ribs into the band at the same time. And press. Good. And 2 more here. And 1. Now bring it back to center. And we're going to do 3 little pulses. 1, 2, 3. And this time open. Bring the arms forward. And 1, 2, 3. And open. Good. Arms forward. And whoops. 1, 2, 3. And open. Bring it in. And 1, 2, 3. And open. Good. Now just bring the arms in front and open. Again, in front and open, in front. Good. And just 2. Fabulous. 1. And bring it all the way down. Release the band. Again, you can double it to make it more challenging. Take your arms up overhead. So arms are angled slightly forward so that you can get that engagement down into mid-back. And we're just going to pull one arm and then the other arm. Good. So shoulders down, strong in the back, strong in your center. So anchoring with one side is what can help to create that tension. If you want to focus on pulling both arms out, you can do that, or just anchor one and pull down. So, you know, I'm a fan of back work, counters all the front work that we do in our body, helps with posture, and down and up. Good. Breathe it through. And wrists stay strong. I find hanging onto the band a little bit tricky with the wrists. We just have to pay a little bit of attention to it. And one more time. And bring it forward. Just shake the arms up. Good. All right. So now taking the arms in front. Same thing. If it feels too heavy with it double, then just single it up. But we're all getting so strong. We're just going to open and close. Now here I want you to think of not so much squeezing the shoulder blades as just pulling the arms apart. Pulling the arms apart. And pull. Good. And pull. That's it. Open your chest and wide. You got it. Open and 3 and 2. You got it. And 1. And bring it down and shake out the arms. And across the band, you're going to step onto the band like so. And you're going to cross it and get it nice and snug. Anchor your hands on your hips. We're going to squat and stand. So we're going to be heading into some glute med work. Side hip and sit and stand. That's it. Sit and stand. 2 more. And then slow it down. So you're going to squat down. But as you come up, you're going to shift, find your balance, lift this leg up. Step, squat, stand up, find your balance, and lift that leg. So down. So we're working the glute med and the side hip in both legs. So one is acting as a stabilizer for balance, and then the other is actually doing that push-up. Good, down, push-up. So there's a whole lot that has to happen for this to work. The stability through the pelvis and your rib cage, through your trunk. Good. That ground center align that I talk about a lot. Grounding of your foot down to the floor And that line of energy going straight up through your spine, through the crown of your head. Now, can we balance here? Hold and lift, lift. Good, grow taller and lift. 3, 2, that is a balance challenge. And other side, down, find your balance. Tummy's tight, access your glute and lift, 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 lift. And 1, and bring it down, good. Now, choke up on that band as tight as you like. Bend down low, get your chest up and grow, good. If you find your band isn't strong enough, like Hal, if you're feeling like, although I gave you a pretty strong band there, you can switch this up for weights. Grab your free weights if they're heavier and you want to get a little more load. I think for men, it's a little trickier to get the work in the upper body just because they're so strong, just with the band. The extra tubes, though, are fabulous. The ones with the handles. I've got one at home and my boys use it all the time and they're getting really good training with it. Good. So notice hips back, chest up. And now it's more about that drawing the shoulder blades together. Just a little bit of squeeze in through the mid back. Lower abdominals stay pulled in. And we pull, return. Good. Pull. Let's go into your 3 pulses. So 3, 2, 1. Slow to come back. And 3, 2, 1. And back. That's it. Breathe it out. And just check, where are you working? Where is the effort? You don't want it in your neck and shoulders. The focus is in the mid-back, which is where the shoulder blades are. Through the rhomboids, in the traps, lower traps. Good, and one more time, and 1, 2, 3, and down. Yeah, all right. So let's stay standing on here. And we're gonna grab hold. Thumbs up, bend the knees, and we can go into your hammer curl. So if you've got the extra tube with the handles, holding palm up with the handle is probably better than with the band. With the band, it's a little tricky because the wrists get caught. So you know, depending on the equipment you're using, you might need to modify and just make little shifts here and there, and that's okay. Alignment and stability, strength versus strain is what we're after. So broaden through your collarbone. We still have lots of stability happening in the mid-back. And let's do your 3 pulses. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and down. And 1, 2, 3, and down. Curl 1. With the breath, you got it. 3, and down. Curl 1. 2, and one more time. 2, 3, and down. Well done. All right. So let's step off of there. Let's put the band down for now. Good. And let's just get into a little bit of legs. So I'm just going to slide my chair off my mat and start on the end of my mat and hands on the hips or in front. And we're just going to squat and stand, squat and stand. So depending on how big your mat is, you might be able to take 1 or 2 steps across. My mat's kind of long and my legs are kind of short, so, so that gives me 2 steps. Good, and in, and we go down and up, down and up. Again, squat and stand, squat and stand. Good, now notice my head and chest, eyes are staying lifted. And what I'm doing is moving in the hips, bending at the knees, down, up, down. Now we're going to do 3 pulses. And 1, 2, hold on, I've got someone at the door. I'm just teaching a class. I don't know. Sorry. Good, it just looks really weird from here. Where are we at, guys? Are we doing 3 pulses here? 1, 2, 3, and up. And 1, 2, 3. I changed it all. Good. And let's just go. Sorry, guys. I got Someone knocking on the door. I got ladders climbing around here. Down. Now we can do our 3 pulses. I'm with you. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Together, and 1, 2, 3. Together, and 1, 2, 3. Together, and so that's all the fun thing with live classes. They're live, right? And 1, 2, 3. Together, going over 1, 2, 3. Now, stay right here. We're going to focus the load on this leg here. So you're going to step and bring it in. And you're going to step and bring it in. And step, bring it in. And I'm going to start to angle to the corner. Angle to the corner. And rather than shifting so much weight to this leg as I step, I want to reach that leg back and simply lunge this knee forward and back. And forward. So what matters most is your knee tracking in line with your foot here. Lunge it and up. And lunge it and up. Good. So less and less weight goes to the foot stepping back to the point where you can just tap the toe. Just tap the toe. Good. So you're really pushing down through this foot as you stand to get your glute engaged and reach. Push through that foot. So the effort really is in the coming back up and the coming back up. Now, what if you lifted this knee up and down and up? Good. Lower and lift. That's it. Down, up. And we'll just do 2 more. We're going to do a balance challenge. Are you ready? And hold it. Hold it. Bend the standing knee. Grow up tall. Bend the standing knee. And really notice, is your knee tracking in a straight line? Control that wobble through your foot and your side hip. We have 2 more. Down. Good. And wow, good job, guys. Hopefully you felt that all the way down the leg. Okay, and we're going to head to the other corner of the mat here. Here we go. So we started by stepping back. So we kept our weight or a little more balance between the 2. Now these are progressions. So progressions give you options, which means that if keeping the load all on one side doesn't work for you, for whatever reason, then you're just going to keep the load a little more balanced. From here, we start to take the load more onto that front leg. So you're just reaching. Good. And then we want to start to shift the energy focus to going up. So you're going to push down with the standing leg. And access, as you push down your foot into the floor, can you get more recruitment of your glutes? So that gets missed a lot. You know, the glutes is really one of our most powerful muscles in our body. The tongue is the strongest, by the way, and the glutes. But we don't use it efficiently. So really get that pushing up and get it to the point where this foot is barely touching. You can put the knee down, stepping up, down, stepping up. Good, down. That's it. So really noticing the tracking of the loaded leg, the knee, pushing through the foot, accessing your side hip. Are you ready for your balance challenge? Here we go. Take it up, hold, and standing leg. Little dips. Good. Feel the energy. Feel your footprint. Big toe pad, baby toe ball and heel, getting into the side hip, glute. Oh, good job, you guys. 2 more. Down and down. Bring it up and shake out your legs. Excellent. All right. So if you got weights, pick them up. If you don't, grab your band and you're going to stand on your band like we did when we did our bicep curls. Excellent. So there's the difference between weights and a band is the weights are what's called the constant tension, constant resistance. So I just want to do a little side delt. So we're going to stand, knees bent, arms forward, back strong, tummies in. So you can see I'm a little bit back in the hips. And we just want to go out into a side fly and bring it back in. Out into a side fly and in. So here, your palms face forward, and we want to stop at shoulder height. We're not lifting to here. You just want to take it laterally to the side, and the focus is middle deltoid. There's some definitely some biceps with little triceps going on here. And we want to get that core stability engaged as well. So the awareness through your breath of drawing your abdominals in. No neck tension, folks. If you're finding that your necks are getting tight, either take the weights out or you can go to an upright row like so. So that would be modified. Why is it modified? Levers shorter and up. Good. And we'll do 2 more here with the breath. That's it. And 1. Good. Now you're going to take your hands to your shoulders, take your stance a little wider, and you're going to press up and down, and press up and down. Notice now that my palms are facing in. So this is just managing the angle of your shoulder joint for safe and stable movement. And up. And now if you want to add a little more, you're like, oh, I got lots of energy, I want to move more of my body, adding the squat into a compound move, and down, and breathe up. That's it. Pull and press. So we really want to work 100% of the time. So as you come down, we're resisting gravity. So rather than just letting the arms drop, we want to pull down. Good. And pull. So with the constant resistance, if you've got 5-pound weights, for example, you're moving 5 pounds, 5 pounds, 5 pounds, 5 pounds. The band is what we call a variable resistance. It works more like our spring tension, and we'll just do 2 more, where the resistance changes depending on where you are in the band with the range, and bring it all the way down. So now we want to work front deltoid, anterior deltoid. So we're going to start here again. These have a little bend. We're just going to move 1 arm at a time. So anterior deltoid, front of the shoulder. Good. And up and down. Up. Now, depending on how this is feeling for you, if you want to do both arms together, that will give you double the reps, as well as just a little more challenge of stability, moving both at the same time. Notice again that I'm stopping at shoulder height. The abdominals draw in again. We're always stabilizing through the trunk. And down. Good. And lift and down. Excellent. So little things like keeping your body stable as the arms lift. In other words, not letting the body rock back to provide momentum. Drives me nuts. One of the reasons I got out of the gym setting is people would lift these heavy weights and they would be doing this. But they're really just putting strain on their back as opposed to using the core, stabilizing. Yeah, maybe going a little lighter with the weights, right? And lift and down. Good. So now posterior deltoid, the back of the shoulder, which is here. We get a little tricep in there as well. So again, stick the hips back, little open collarbone, scapula down just gently, and we lift. Now here you want to stabilize, counterbalance with the abdominals so that your body doesn't jut forward as you go. So stabilize and go. You want a little more against gravity, you would just hinge forward. So you can change your angle of your body, still keeping the back straight, and that gives you a little bit more mid-back. Definitely some more glutes for stability required here. And up. Excellent. And lift. And lift with the breath. Head alignment with your spine. So find something just in front of you and gaze. And we go 3 and 2. Good. Now we're going to hold it up there and bend your elbows, shoulders down and back. Really feel that you're connected and strong into the mid-back versus tense in the neck. That it's one or the other. It can't be both. And you're going to press and pull. Tummy's in. Press and pull. So Brenda, if you were just using your band, you would be standing on your band and hanging onto the 2 sides and doing your tricep press from here. So the band and weights you know, you can do everything with them, which is fantastic. Same stuff. Good. You just might find your grip is a little bit different, and press. Good. That's it. So we've done a little bit of a circuit here, right? As we did a lot of arm and mid-back and shoulder work with the band. And this is like a second set with the weights, but it just feels new and different because the type of resistance is different. That's it. And 3 and 2. Good. Whew. And 1. And bring it down and just take the shoulders around. All right. So let's put the weights down and just kind of get them out of the way. We're not likely to touch them again. And just bring your chair to a stable place. So you want to make sure that it's not going to slip. And we're going to do a little bit of planking and some more leg work. You guys doing okay? All right. So this can be done on the floor or against a wall. So instead of using a chair, you use a wall, which would be a modification. Floor would be a progression, more challenging. So let's find your position on your hands. Being on your elbows or forearm would be a modification if your wrists don't like to wait there. But some of you might be finding that planking on a chair, roll forward and back through the feet, is easier than the floor. And it's true, and there's less load on the upper body because of the angle. So the chair is a really good place to do lots of great work and just not the same pressure on the wrists. We do want a weight bear on the wrist because that's how they get stronger. That's how we build bone density, is by loading. And so, you know, we want to do what we can. And now here, stay. Bring one foot up and then just roll forward and back. Like this option because it's nice, good strengthening for the feet while we're doing some upper body and core work. So quite like that. Good. And then one more. And then other side. So again, just be mindful of your alignment from your tail to the crown of your head. You're in that nice straight line. So where you're looking will help with that. So just gaze your eyes up, not by lifting your chin. The eyes aren't on the chin. Eyes, just lift them. Lift the eyeballs to look. And 1, and bring it back. Good. So we're just going to walk your feet in. We're going to stretch through the shoulders, take the weight off the hands, but they can be there for balance. And we're just going to squat. And come up and squat. Good. Famous gardening position. Oh yeah, some of you are like, oh my gosh, I was just 6 hours in my garden, but we didn't do that yesterday because it was too wet. I think some people were happy to see the rain. They could get a break from the garden and do something different. And now 3 pulses. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Extend. And 1, 2. So we're getting some lovely lengthening through the upper body. If you want to add a little more stability work, actually push into the chair and they'll find your abdominals engaged. Pretty cool, huh? So you're pressing into the chair, your arms become active, your mid-back and your abdominals down. 2, 3, extend. We'll do 2 more. 1, 2. How deep you go is based on what feels good for your body. And 1, 2, 3, and extend. Good. All right, so let's come forward again. Push into your arms, tighten the tummy, and we alternate bringing the knee up, keeping the pelvis stable. Watch that the elbows don't lock out, just rotate a little so the tips of the elbows are pointed to your side walls, and that just stops them from locking out. Good. Now take your knee across diagonally and step back diagonally. So there's a little rotation, calling on our obliques a little bit more. That's it. And across and across. Now we're going to do 4 times to one side. Here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side. We're going to bring it across. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do that again. And 4. Pull belly in. Think abs. Talk to them. Tell them what you want them to do. Good. Other side. And pull in. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Now from here, you're going to step your right foot forward. You're going to step your left foot back, lengthen your spine, take the load off your hands. You can hang on to the side of your chair if you like. Good. And then we're just going to extend the front leg, but keep your spine long. Lift your chest, draw the scapula down. And then bend your front knee, open, and then press back. So we're getting a lovely lengthening through the back calf, strength through the back, mid-back, spine muscles, and then that reach of your sits bone. So think of someone pulling your sits bone back behind you. Good. Forward and then lift. Good. Forward and lift. One more time. And forward and lift. Now bring it forward and come back into the lunge. If it's your right leg forward, we're going to take your right hand off and we're just going to stretch over to the left and bring it up. And now we're going to take the left hand off and stretch over and bring it back. Now we're going to bring this back leg in a bit so you can come upright through your body. No need to touch the chair anymore. And we're just going to be lunging back knee right under the top of your head. Make sure your front heel is planted. So your body's not pushing forward. It's going straight down and up. You could visualize a little apple on your head, for example, so that you know you're not taking the energy forward and back. Straight down. Tighten your glutes. There's the hip work. And down and up. Really press down evenly between the back forefoot and your front foot. So you're feeling your whole front foot pad. You're not pushing forward in the foot. Your heel's pressing down as well. And just two more. Good. And bring it up. Oh, how the glutes doing. Switch sides. Other leg comes back. Come into your lunge. Straighten through your spine. Back strong. Good. Take a little breath there. Just be in that. And then we're going to start to stretch back. Lift the heel, keep your back straight, and come forward. Good. Lengthen. Both sits bones reach back. So as I lift here, I'm really feeling that flexion at my hip, sits bones lengthening behind. You can see my foot. I'm lifted in my toe so that we're getting some work through the whole chain, the whole posterior chain of your body. By keeping the spine lengthened and strong, we're getting some beautiful back work and abdominals drawing in all at the same time. Good, and forward. Excellent, lengthen, feel the strength, press down through your back heel, and one more time, and there, good. So now if it's the left leg forward, we're going to take the left arm and just reach over to the side. Relax your shoulders, draw your tummy in, think really that long and strong position. Bring the left hand down, now bring the right arm up and reach over. As you breathe, your legs are working, holding you here. Yes, they are, good. And then bring it up. And then we're going to step the back foot in, and then your body comes upright. Arms come forward, balance that book on your head. So you're going straight down and up. And the range of motion is really based on what feels good for you. I don't want you to be suffering from knee pain. What we want to do is strengthen the muscles that give support to your knee, not hurt it. So we want to find strength and stability in your side hip, in your core, between your ribs and your pelvis. And then we want to strengthen the muscles in the whole leg, the quads, the hamstrings, inner thigh. It's all working here. And we'll just do 3 more. Straight down, straight up. Remember to push down into the floor, lift from the tummy, and down and up. Enough of that. All right, good. Let's move our chair out of the way. And let's come down to the floor. If you like to use your band for the leg circles and things, have it close by. It's always nice to grab. I'm going to just use body weight, but I'll cue you to use your band. And by now, some of you have done enough of these classes that you know that you like the band for certain things. So we're We're gonna lift tall. Did anyone in the mat class we did yesterday? We did tons of abs and the boomerang and everything. It was pretty fun. So press your hands into your shins and just lift up, just stretch up through the front body. And then round your back. Scoop. Good. Use your abdominals to bring you up, lift your chest. Draw the shoulders down the back, bring the strength into your spine. And then round your back, curl. Now hold here. So Brenda, if you have your little small overball, this is where you put the ball behind your back, because that is really, really delicious here. And then we're just going to take the left hand off and we're just going to rotate. So you're using your abdominals to hold this, and then place the left hand down, draw belly to spine. You don't want any shifting through your pelvis. So we're just rotating. You're resting on your sacrum, not your tailbone. If you're on your tailbone, you need to come back a little further and then stabilize. So you rotate. You have a little bit of support with this hand on the leg. Pull the abs in a little deeper and rotate. And then bring it back. Good. And then hands can come behind your thighs. And we're just going to roll down to the low back. Bring your legs up to tabletop. Take your hands, interlock your fingers behind your head. And hold this, open your throat. Now, we're just going to start with toe taps. Your option is to have your head down, right? You can have your head down and you can do your alternating taps from here. So please take that if that's a better position for you, as you just focus on drawing your abdominals up and in with the breath. If you're lifted through the chest, let your head gently press into your hands, and then use your breath for your upper abdominals to press your lower ribs down. Now we're going to add rotation. We're going to rotate towards the leg that's staying in tabletop. So we're working on these slings, these diagonal lines, which is really when we move, our body moves with the focus of these slings in the front and back of bodies. Because there's always this rotational dance that happens between your rib cage and your pelvis. So use your breath, gently press your head into your hand. As you exhale, pull your abdominals in and pull. Now we're going to rotate to this one side and we're going to hold this position, and just with the opposite leg, we're going to lift and lower, and we'll just go for 3 more. Can you get right up onto off the tip of your shoulder blade? Use the breath, exhale, pull in, and then other side, hold it. So if you're rotated left, which I am, you want to be up on the very bottom of the left shoulder blade. You're not on the back shoulder blade, you're lifted off it. That's it, challenge yourself. Work from those side muscles. Draw your abdominals in to push the lower ribs down. And one more time, tap, good, and bring it center. Lower your head down, bring your legs in. That was a good little ab burn. Take a breath in. And exhale. If you have your band nearby, grab it and double it. If you don't, you're just going to hold your arms up like so. You're going to bring your legs, let's start with your toes down. And what we're going to do here is let your knees go to the left and your arms go to the right, and you can use the band, the bottom arm, to pull that left arm across. And then draw your abdominals in. Let your knees go right. Now your left arm is pulling your right arm across. And then use your abdominals to come back. And then do it again. As you rotate, your right arm is pulling your left arm over if you're going to the right in the upper body. And use your abdominals to come back. And then over. Left arm pulls the right arm. So you're active here. So then your progression would be up here, but you're not going to go as far. Use your abs. Pull it back. So my left arm is pulling my right arm over, but I want your right arm to resist that a little bit. All right, so now my right arm is pulling my left, but my left arm is going to resist it. Use those abs. Yes, pull it in. And over. Yes, that's it. And pull it in. And over. And bring it in. Now, if you have your band, keep it. If you don't, just have your hands up. We're going to take a breath in. And exhale, curl up. Hold it there. Reach your legs out as an option, or you keep them bent. And you're going to pulse 2, 3, 4, 5. And as you're pulsing, if you're using the band, I want you to pull out. If you're not using the band, arms are here. If you're using the band, keep the tension in 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in 2, 3, 4, 5, out. And 2 more like this. Then I'm going to give you another progression. And pause, bend your knees. If you've got the band, you're going to take the band underneath behind the thighs, reach, pull that band apart, and our last count of 5 breaths. You ready? In 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2. Keep the tension on that band. Oh, that makes the work deeper. And out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, keep the tension. You've got this. And exhale. 2 more breaths. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Good. Reach, let go of the band, and let your head rest. Well done. Place your feet on the floor. Your heels are close enough that you can feel your full footprint. And we're just going to roll your pelvis up. Arms are long and active, pressing your palms into the floor, broadening through the collarbone. Hold it there, narrow your knee angle, push your heels a little more away from your seat. Take a breath in. Feel that lengthening, feel the work. Ribs are heavy, and then slowly roll down. Kind of nice to get up there and hang out for a little bit. And just sort of be in, where do I want to feel that work? So as we go, pubic bone to belly button, press into your feet. Reach your knees over your toes. As you hold this and just kind of hang out, keep your ribs heavy, but push into your feet, narrow the knee angle, and up, up, up. Get just a little more hip extension. If you're tight here, this is work to get there, really, but challenge that. And then slowly roll down. Bring your right leg into your chest, hug it. Want to make sure this is nicely lined up so your toe doesn't turn out. Keep your toes forward, and let's go again. So now we're pressing up. And you're going to hang out here. So you think, visualize your knees moving in opposite direction. Right? This knee's coming to your nose, the other knee over your toes, but keep your big toe pad pressing and lift the hips, like really get in there, and then roll it back down. Let's do that again. So you feel we're really working, right? We're using our feet to engage our glutes and hamstrings. We're using our glutes and hamstrings to get extension in the hip. And then we're creating that energetic lengthening of your knees moving in opposite direction to get in a little deeper. And then roll back down. Change sides, other leg comes in. Bring that heel in close enough that you can press into your full footprint. Relax your shoulders, and then start with your belly. Abs in, tuck, bend. Pull those knees in opposite direction as you press into your foot. Can you feel your inner thigh? Whoa, reach forward. Keep your big toe pad down. And then rolling back down. So good for the back. If your low back's tight, you might be happy doing this. Might be challenged doing this, because if your back's tight, chances are your hips are tight, right? And your glutes. Yeah, so we're really targeting that. So it's okay that it feels challenging, but it'll bring release to your back later. Good. And then roll it all the way down and stay. Good. So let's take your band. If you don't have your band with you, then just take your legs straight up. Extend your bottom leg out. Hold on tight and anchor your elbows down. And then just turn your hip in and out. So we're just externally rotating and internally rotating in the hip right here. So you just want to feel that you're moving deep in the hip joint. And then you're going to turn out, straighten the leg, flex your feet, and pull your baby toe to the outside of your knee. If it's too much, the nice thing of the band is you can ease up. You can let that leg go a little bit. We want to focus on getting lengthening down the back of the leg. And then with the support of the band, you're going to take your leg across. If you're not using the band, you're going to bend this knee and just think about both legs crossing midline. But with the weight of the band, the support, it's nice to get this. Plant this hip. Keep pulling your baby toe to the outside of your knee. Keep your thigh lengthened. Take a breath in. And exhale, bring it back. Change legs. Good. So this knee, the left leg can be straight or bent if you need to modify. What's important is that your pelvis is down. And then just externally and internally rotate in the hip socket. The response is your whole leg is moving from your knee down to your toe. So you're going to see that motion, but you want to really generate from the hip. And then you're going to hold the turn out. Make sure you're weighted in your pelvis, that you're not tucked. Flex your foot, pull that baby toe towards your outside of your knee. If you're not using the band, bend the left leg so that when you cross over midline, you've got some support. Otherwise, the band is there for you. Keep flexing the foot. Keep pulling the baby toe to the outside of your knee. Take a breath in and exhale, bring it back. Good. And then bend the knee. Just roll over onto your side and push yourself up to a seated position. Ah, I hope that felt good. Take your shoulders around. Good, so next class up is our healthy back Pilates. So it'll be a gentle mat work class. So we'll probably be in the chair and down on the mat. Let's just take a breath in, arm comes over, and then bring it up. Tomorrow's lineup, 9:30 is our Power Pilates interval workout. So there's definitely going to be some plyometrics. There's going to be some cardio in that one. And we're going to push hard at 9:30. And then the 10:30 is the stretch, move, and breathe. So, you know, feel free just to hang out with me for the morning. Let's take a big breath up. Open your throat and exhale. Nice work, everyone. I hope that felt good for you. I am going to come and unmute you.